If you're into VR, unless you've been living under a rock, you've heard of Meta's new headset, the Meta Quest Pro. Now, the Quest Pro has been one of the most polarizing VR headsets ever made, and I think the polarization is just beginning. Elysium was a movie starring Matt Damon where civilization was divided into two classes. The Earth dwellers wallowed in squalor planetside, while the upper class dwelled in space in a pristine white space station called Elysium, with all medical and educational advantages at their fingertips. This scenario is seeming to be unfolding in the VR space with the release of the new Meta Quest Pro. The main point of contention is that the Meta Quest Pro is selling for a whopping $1,500, which financially alienates many of Meta's current customer base. Now, why would a company do that? Well, because they want to appeal to a new customer base, a customer base where decisions cost tens of thousands of dollars and purchases are made in bulk. Meta is courting the corporations and the productivity workspace with this new headset. Now, despite Meta expressly making their intentions clear with their new headset, gamers appear to be purchasing the Quest Pro along with the developers and the content creators, and it's no surprise really. In all honesty, the wait for a new headset has been a long one, and having to wait another year to try out these pancake lenses seems to be something that consumers just can't stomach. But we've talked ad nauseum about Quest Pro's specs and what it's bringing to the HMD market. I want to talk about the rift that is growing between the Quest Pro haves and have-nots. Yeah, I'm not much into social aspect of VR, so I won't touch on how maybe some Horizon users might be feeling salty watching Quest Pro users strut their new expressive avatars around, but at least we don't have to worry about them walking around on their brand new legs yet. No, this video is fundamentally about something I mentioned in my prior Quest Pro video, foveated rendering. Now, foveated rendering is where your headset can track where your eyes are looking and only fully render a small area on the screen where your eyes are focusing. And this saves a lot of processing power by not fully rendering the rest of the shot. Now, this allows developers to add higher graphical fidelity to standalone VR games, maybe giving them PC VR level graphics. John Carmack really downplayed foveated rendering in his keynotes as something that was in its infancy and not ready for the big stage. But Quest Pro has eye tracking and is fully capable of foveated rendering. Now, my prediction was that because no games have been optimized for foveated rendering, it would be a non-factor in the beginning. But over the next 6 months, or maybe more than that, more and more games would be created or updated to use foveated rendering, to use even face tracking, and to take advantage of Quest Pro's RAM, which is actually double that of the Quest 2. Well, in a strange turn of events, there is a company called Vertical Robot, a game development studio, and they're the first to enter the fray into what I've been predicting. They have updated their popular game called Red Matter 2. Known for pushing graphical limits of the Quest 2, Vertical Robot is now taking the same stance for the Quest Pro. They've updated their game to take advantage of all the Quest Pro's capabilities, adding better textures, eye tracking, foveated rendering, and local dimming for deeper blacks. They say they've increased the graphical fidelity of the game by 30%. The YouTubers that have tried the game on the Quest Pro are being left speechless by the experience. Now, what does this mean? I mean, how many other developers will follow in Vertical Robots' footsteps by upgrading their games to look 30% better and smoother on the Quest Pro. Will this cause a rift between the Quest Pro haves and the have-nots? Well, I personally don't think the return on investment will be there for most of these studios in such a niche market. But on the other hand, has financial gain ever really been the driving force behind VR? Or are most of these people in VR adventurous cowboys and pioneers willing to push the limits at all costs? Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see. The die has been cast, however. As for me, I will continue to stay on Earth, looking longingly at Elysium.